Good evening, fam, and happy Wednesday and happy New Year compliments. Our latest will be about the developments with regard to SANDF in DRC. Let's follow up on that. SA Army is deployed to Congo as part of peacekeeping mission and regional security efforts. The South African Defence Force has been involved in various peacekeeping operations across Africa. Their stay in Congo is getting dangerous day by day. In the past few days, we lost 13 of our soldiers. According to reports, they were overpowered by the rebels in that country. Malema addressed this issue and he feels like SANDF members are not fully equipped to handle the rebels. He pleaded with the government to withdraw the soldiers from the DRC for their safety, especially because they do not have the necessary machinery to protect themselves. On the other side, Defense Minister Angie Moshega also addressed this issue and she said there is no crisis. Yesterday, there were rumors suggesting that SANDF members were overpowered and they had to surrender by raising a white flag, but Moshega said those rumors are not true. Please listen to her and Malema in the next slide and let us know of your take regarding what they said. And that's all we have for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you again in the next update. Bye.
For our soldiers from DRC, not because we don't want to support DRC. What M23 did to us is actually a declaration of war against South Africa. You cannot be killed like that and you don't respond. That is an act of cowardice. Because M23 should know that South Africa is not a place to play. The point I made on the withdrawal of soldiers was that we did not deploy soldiers who are well-trained to go and fight the sophisticated soldiers of M23. We just deployed people and we call them soldiers, but they don't have bullets. The reason why our 9 soldiers were killed now is because the person who was appointed, a tender that was appointed to supply ammunition, did not supply ammunition, and our people got killed. The first time they got killed in ambush in their own base. Once people ends, it would have been worse because there is no necessary equipment in our base. They are just called soldiers for the sake of being called soldiers, but there is no capacity at all. And what helps us is that all those who are around us are weak and no one can match us. But it doesn't make us any better. We have no army in South Africa.
Today we're told DRC, so which means that could be a battalion, that could be a group that surrendered. Now they've surrounded Goma, they're fighting M23. So, and that's where there's this a tense situation in their hostilities. And we're getting reports on an ongoing basis that despite the fact that they said they're withdrawing, there's war taking place between the two forces. On the flag, I don't know where I slipped it or where I could have missed it. I said, after talking to M23, it actually wrote to us to say they need a safe package to go and remove their deceased. On the other hand, ourselves, we just wanted them to understand that we're not part of their battle, we're just peacekeepers. Then we agreed on hoisting a white flag to allow a safe passage for them to remove their deceased, which I'm told it's a conventional practice in war. On the other hand, ourselves needed that safe package to go and deliver some of the resources that we were going to top up at SAGA. And also remove, and at SAGA at that stage, yesterday, there were no deceased on our side, there were no injured on our side. It was to give M23 safe passage, which is their request, and that's why the white flag was hosted. But it was also important for us to indicate from to DRC where the fire were coming, to say, this is us, so if you fire here, you're not firing DRC, you're firing us. So we're not surrendering, because you don't surrender with a flag. I'm told you surrender to, we were supposed, if we're surrendering, we would have gone to UNESCO to say we're giving up. But the white flag was to really allow people safe package to go and collect their deceased and their injured. And also indicate that this is who we are, we're peacekeepers, we're not part of the battle, so they shouldn't fire our direction.
No, thank you very much. Colleagues, the ministers will still have to go back, so let me take the last. I'm taking the last.
So the other question was whether the communication was with President Kagame. It was with the government of Rwanda. So let me put it that broadly, because generals would have been speaking to each other, so it will be an array of people, even the commanders, because we had to speak to the commanders to say, your people are shooting our direction. So commanders also have an open line. They were speaking to the Rwandan commanders, whoever is possible, and it's the generals who were leading those discussions. But the president himself, because what they want to do as leaders is to get all the parties that are alleged, which will be your Rwanda, your Angola, your Tanzania, and all the neighboring countries, to say, let's sit down with these people and help them to resolve this crisis.
Thank you very much. I think, I'm not sure, was there a question directed to Mr. Lamont?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Or the war crimes one, yeah.
Yeah, and whether
Cyril Ramaphosa wants to kill our children in DRC. Those rebels, but au shashara vale bagwa DRC, they are well equipped. Bona badiam barlata basing. Who goes to a base of an army if you know that thing is an army and is powerful? There's no army. So they are sent there to be killed because they are not properly trained. They must come back home, and we must stop with any military deployment until we are fit and proper. Just take a walk and look at a South African soldier walking. You see a demoralized man who's carrying a rifle, and you see that rifle is heavy on him. He's not even fit to carry that rifle. They killed it.
So that you can fly the wind, you can play with it. So surrender ka jam jacket vet. But still the people are still shooting.
Only one of the white flag. Ba utlwile ba fana ba patama.